Hi everybody and welcome. This is That Twisted Dreams, I'm T Dreams, and this is Emberlight. So this is a game that's coming out sometime in August, in about a month or so. It's still got a bit of time before it comes out, so what I'm looking at is essentially a pre-release. Whilst it still has a few glitches and flaws, these are things that the developers are most likely working on. So what I want to give you is an idea of what to look forward to when this game comes out. I'm only going to play through the first level in this game, and that should be enough to give you a decent idea of what's going to happen. Alrighty, also, on this episode, I'm going to give you a Steam giveaway. That is $20 of Steam credit that can be added to your account by entering a simple code. Alrighty, so, how this is going to work is later on in the video, I'm going to tell you what to do to get to it. So of course, in order to find out how to enter, you've got to watch the video. Hey! So, let's get into it. Okay. So, you get to choose your quest. I've managed to get myself down to here before. And there are multiple creatures that you can fight. Until you're down there, however, you can't actually see them. Both the surface level and the caves. I'm going to go to the caves straight away, and we're going to fight this thing. I don't know if this is going to work. It might take me to the top one, in which case, let's find out. Alrighty, so to begin with, you get character selection. At the moment, we only really have 3 possible classes that you can start with. Now, of course, it does look like there is room for progression. We take a look down here, there are things like that. But these 3 are all we get for now. So let's get into it. We're just going to embark straight away and not get too much into that shop thing. I'll come back to that in a moment. But to begin with, you always want to come down to your surface map, which is currently hiding from me. Here we go. Alright, so here we are. So this is already changed. Before, it used to be just a flat, straight map. Now, it's all at a nice angle. I think the angle is a nice addition. So, since I've first been playing this game, because I've been looking at this now for a couple of days. Just a couple of days, no more than that. Probably about 3 days to be exact. And, look, we start off here at the entrance. We then go to the tavern. There's a trap for us, a treasure. There's a gambling hall if we want to go there. A shrine, another tavern. Our first 2 battles. A mini-boss off to the side if you choose to do it. As well as another treasure room. Town portal, this is where I'm going to explore the shop again. And some 3 more battles. This one is optional. These 2, however, are not. And finally, our boss battle. So, we are now going to explore through this and show you the game. Each character starts with a series of 3 moves. We have our archer, our swordswoman, and our pyromancer. Alrighty, continuing on. So, in order to move around in this game, you want to click on these. It's a little different than most things. There's no arrows on the ground, you can't select a tile to move to. It's just simply screen to screen. It's very remnant of some of the really older classics that you're probably either you or your parents would have played as a child. Some of the earlier games were like this, where you just had a screen after screen. You had to choose through the images where to go. There was a few of these that I used to play as a child. This here is the tavern. You can buy these things here, and each one will give you an additional effect. Normally these can be used in battle. I'm not going to bother with those right now. We're just going to go straight in. So this is the trap room. So when you do this, so it's just sprung the trap. I've managed to get 500 gold, 5 potions, but no abilities. And it looks like it's released some sort of poison. and it has in fact damaged my characters. If you take a look over here, you can see their health is a little damaged. So, with loot from the treasure room, once again we get some gold and some potions, which is always handy. I'm going to come up here, and this is the shrine. Still, the shrine doesn't seem to be working. The shrine is a rune that has not yet been activated, so I don't know what it does. However, when the full game comes out, I do believe that this shrine will in fact be functional. The shrine is meant to give you a blessing of some sort, and make your game somewhat easier. So if we come over to the side here, this here is another tavern. So we're going to go through, I'm going to take a look now. We have Vibrant Phantom, which is a drink. It increases your dodge and adds a mirror image to the target. This one deals damage, increases armor, increases dodge, adds absorb shield to target, and adds mirror image to target. The target is us, by the way. This game has got a strange function when it comes to targeting. I'll go through that once we get into battles. The Mountain Bomb deals damage, increases max health, adds absorb to target, and the Glowing Howler, which deals damage at 10 per POT, which generally seems to stand for per turn, and it reflects abilities back to the target. Okay, so that's pretty much all that is. We're now going to come over to this side, and this, here we go, we have our first combat now. Alrighty, so I like to start in the middle here because I've got no real abilities, and we're just going to fire some arrows. So a heavy strike and all of our main sort of first up abilities, just to sort of showcase everything a little bit. Now it's important to notice I did actually click on that person before I attacked them. The reason for that is at the moment, if you don't click on a target, it will in fact fire at nothing and will waste your turn. So you do need to actually pay attention. Here I just did a normal standard attack. I used my shield bash, which didn't really do much. But what we are going to do now is our uncontrolled blast. This is an area effect attack. Now, whilst it didn't affect my target, it did affect the one to the next to it. That gives damage per turn. So what this game does do is it focuses on your abilities. So here we can now confuse the target as well. Confusing the target really helps out, especially in our case. So, block here is something where you got to target yourself. So tell you what, let's target him and let's add block. This gives him a shield. You don't want to put that on your bad guy. Unfortunately, you can. So now we're going to use an arcane shield. We're going to just make sure that I'm targeting myself here. If you can't select yourself, come over here to this. This is the run order. So at the top here is always who you are. If you're not sure, and there is a way to not be sure, and I'll go through that later if he pops up. If not, I'll just explain what it is. Click on your image up here, and it will tell you, there you go, it now flashes everywhere else in the screen that guy's going to appear up in that lineup. Lineup is done through, I forgot the word, but it's the same thing as D&D. So, for here, now that we're targeting him, we're going to use our arcane shield so that he's got a bit more defense as well. As you can see, it's that same defensive animation. Alrighty, so once again, targeting ourselves, we're going to go quick escape. These are buff abilities. These abilities are designed to make your character better. Now, of course, don't target yourself and shoot because you will hurt yourself. Unfortunately, that does happen. As silly as it sounds, it really makes you have to think about what you're doing with inside this game. Boom! Now, the problem with targeting the middle person first is spread abilities like that Fire Blast that we did before. They can't spread out now. They have nowhere else to go except for that one target. So sometimes it is better to do that middle one last. However, I tend to do that one first, only because why not? I have no real reason for why I do it, I just do. Sometimes I like to just make it harder myself. These earlier battles really don't matter so much. These are the ones where you start learning your skills and abilities. So as you notice, we've actually got three little bars here. We have HP, mana, and this. This is yet to be named. I haven't found anything in the game yet that describes to me what that is. I would love to see what that is though. Now, this time we learn abilities. What are abilities? Well, that is these things. We have evasion, superior evasion, perfect strike, and sweeping strike. So, I'm going to put sweeping strike on here for this guy. This deals damage but increases dodge. So, it's a double-edged sword. This one deals damage, it's an accuracy multiplier, it's a potency multiplier. And then we're going to give our evasion, also our superior evasion, we're going to give to our pyromancer here. Okay, as you've noticed now, these functions now go up. I'm assuming that's like deck cost almost. We're also just going to very quickly check our surface map. So this shield here is where we are. Up over here is the treasure room. And we're going to go to that one next. Go. Sometimes it's been taking a little bit to get things to happen, but that's okay. All we have to do in this one is click on that little tombey bit in the middle, and it opens up our treasure. So, coming over to this next room here is another thing of combat. Now, as you can see, here we have a target in the center. I'm not going to target them. I'll show you in a moment why. What I am going to do is instead target this one at the front. I'm going to hit him with that sweeping strike, and then with the perfect strike, and they are down. Now, I'm going to target this guy in the middle here, and I'm going to use my uncontrolled blast. Like before, it has now affected everybody. Sorry, unlike before, it's now affected everybody. Now, this person that was in the front here, they would have been affected by that blast too. Hence why it's sometimes more handy to keep the guy in the middle there. Alrighty. So, as you go on and you gain more abilities, things can be doubled up. There are certain abilities that actually require another ability to have the greater effect. They're not relied upon for that ability, but they do need them. So up the top here in the white text, it tells us every time that we've learned an ability that somebody's done. And yes, it doubles up on that ability. Okay, so with not much left to do, let's come here to this guy. I'm going to use Mind Blank. This is a confusion type spell. This means that he has a chance of attacking himself and his allies, like he just did. I really like it when they reproduce the effect I'm trying to go for. So now I'm going to try and attack just this dude in the middle here. See, now that I've done that, it's a lot easier after doing my group damage to take everybody else down individually. There is a wide range of moves that are constantly being added to this at the moment, and that are already inside the game. We can go through and take a look at those a little bit later if you like, but for now, we're just going to continue forward. So here we have Rapid Charge, which I'm going to put on both of these two here. We have Howl, which is another confusion style. And then we have Pack Strength. So what this one does is this actually increases initiative and increases potency. Initiative is what I was talking about before where I couldn't think of the word. Initiative is what makes you go first. The higher your initiative, the sooner you get to strike. As you can see now, our little things here have changed. Our health also changes according to what abilities we have. So if we take a look here, there's now a mini-boss off to the side here, and we can choose to fight that. Rather than fight that now, though, we can actually come up here, which is where that down portal is. Now, if we come to the temple, we can actually heal. Then if we come over here to the Ember Order, this is where we can actually now buy some moves. Unfortunately, it doesn't give us an option to sell things yet. I'm hoping that will come. So we have Mend Wounds here, which is a healing spell, and it heals over time. We have over here, Pincer Rampage. The thing you want to take note of is up the top there it says Ember, Normal, and Physical. Things are either Ember moves or they're heroic moves. Heroic moves, essentially it's like your corruption and your resistance to corruption. Unfortunately, I have not found a way to resist corruption yet. In my first run, somehow I did, but I don't know how that was done. Alrighty, so we got a couple of different things that we can do with this. This increases your max health, which is nice, but all are pretty useless. This is an area effect, decreases accuracy, so it will make more people miss. This is going to cost around 800. This one deals damage, it's an accuracy multiplier, and a potency multiplier. It has an effect over time. So I like both of these two. They're pretty good, as well as this one. I can't afford Mend Wounds, though. Down here is our goal of how much we can actually spend. Over here we have Mind Shock, which is a direct thing. It drains health. Draining normally means that it takes health from that one and brings it over to you. However, that's more of a siphon, so it's not a guarantee. I haven't really tried this ability yet, nor am I going to. I can't afford it. So instead, I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to put that one on him. I'm going to move my Hal over here, and that up here. The reason for that is it just spreads things out and keeps everybody even. Okay, we're now going to continue that. We've now healed. We've got some new moves. And it's time to go fight the mini-boss. The mini-boss here is this wolf. So, straight up we have this. Deals damage over time. Let's come up here to this wolf. And let's give this one a go. Boom. So straight up, just about 25 damage. We're then going to come over here. We're going to use our Rabbit Charge, which has annihilated our enemy. So we can't choose this one yet. So instead, I'm going to use this. Now, once again, you must select your target. If you don't select, you're wasting your ability. So this one has now applied itself to there and there. And it looks like he's also acquired the bad bit from that one too, which is a handy little thing. Knowing that from now on, I will probably only apply that ability to the middle person, so that it can affect as many as possible. So now, he has got two things that are going to damage him over time. I don't have to worry about him. I can now only worry about this guy. And I'm going to give him the Uncontrollable Blast, which has once again affected the wolf to the side. Unfortunately, it seems like he can actually summon more, so now I know there is no point in me targeting anything but the guy in the middle. Let's see, what does he place for me? Terrifying Howl. Decreases my initiative, so it makes me slower. Okay. Wow. Unfortunately, I seem to be a little bit confused at the moment. So my characters are not actually attacking him, they're attacking each other, which is a bit of a problem. There is also nothing I can do to break out of that. And now, he has summoned other help. So now, we're going to do this effect because I know it damages more than one person now. We're going to Rabbit Charge him because I know that's a really good move. I've just learned Mayhem. Alright, so now it's this guy's turn. Still the wolf's turn. And unfortunately, he keeps pushing the move of my guys down. Here we go. Alright, so now we can give him a proper attack. Now that he's gone, I can actually get rid of these two, hopefully without anything else turning up. Otherwise, I've got to strategically plan how I take each one down. Alrighty, so generally, I want to get rid of this wolf first. There we go, that's this guy. So a nice little tactic to use in these turn-based games is if you pick the one who's going to be next, or you take him out, these two images disappear, and then we get 2 attacks here, and straight to this guy. So let's hit him with this. I don't think it's going to kill him though, and it didn't. But that's okay. Let's now go with this claw. Go. And he's now gone. Alrighty. We're going to select this guy for our target, and give him a rapid charge. Woo! We learned 8 abilities from this. Alright, what do we got? We have Mayhem. This is an uncommon physical attack, it deals damage, and it's an area effect. So I'm going to give that actually to my Pyromancer. Over here we have Flailing Claws. It's an area effect again, and it deals damage. Being that it's a more physical attack though, I'm going to give that to my Blaze Knight. Whilst I don't have to. Pack Call. Ooh, summons an ally, a wolf. I'm definitely going to give that to my Ranger. So, as I was saying before, there is actually this thing a little later on, where there's another battle. After you beat the boss sometimes, a lot of the time, this effect comes into play called Whispers. What Whispers does is it actually turns your characters against each other, and you're forced to fight. So it's really handy to try and keep everybody pretty even Stevens. Doesn't always happen, but that's okay. Alright, so we're just going to come up here. We're going to come to the temple, and we're going to... Oh, I can't heal. Okay. I cannot afford to heal. Well, in that case, then, I'm just going to come up here. I'm going to buy some potions, because coming up soon is going to be our boss battle. So over here, we have about 20 potions. 2, 3, 4... Oh, up to you, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've used 10 so far. Hopefully we don't have to use all of them. But I think we have. Yeah. We've just used all of our potions up. That's okay. That was a pretty hard battle, and we've now got an almost full roster of abilities now. So straight up, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to target her, and I'm going to pack call. And that gives us a wolf. So we can now summon wolves to attack for us. That is handy. Especially if this is the guy that we end up with. Normally it's actually her that we end up with in that big battle against everybody else, but I can always hope for the best. Okay, so starting over on the edge here, we're going to give our Sweeping Strike, which did a lot of damage now. I'm going to use Mayhem, which targets everybody, and it induces Fury. The thing to remember about Fury, however, see, somehow he dodged that. Fury is a stackable thing. I don't mean stackable as in you can stack it on through that same ability, but there are other abilities that run really well with it. Go. There we are. Give you that, and I'm not going to worry about the other one. Alrighty, so I'm going to come this way just so we can gain a little more, just in case there's some more experience that we might be able to get, and we'll go with that. Targeting our middle person, and let's of course do an area damage. I do quite like doing area damages. Go, he's down and out. He's down and out. As you can see, we're now a lot stronger for having these abilities. This is sort of the way of leveling up instead of traditional leveling, but just by having more abilities, you seem to get, well, stronger. No, wrong move. That's what happens when you apply a normal buff to your bad guy. Essentially, the game thinks that you want to buff him. Okay, so we learned 2 abilities in this one, which is this one and this. I don't really have a use for that, but Instead, I'm going to come up here, I'm going to reapply it to here. So we now have 3 strikes of that. The reason why I'm doubling up on abilities... come on, there we go. The reason why I'm doubling up on abilities is actually pretty simple. So here's the boss battle over here. No, this is not the boss battle, this is the other combat battle. As you can see with my Pyromancer, he doesn't have that many offensive abilities, and all of his good ones are currently recharging. I only have 2. Wait, nope. Let me select someone first, please. There we go. Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah, so he only really had the 2, whereas now, whilst this one is recharging, I know this is still a powerful ability, and I can still use this now over here. There we go. Over here, I can use this one. And then with her, we can come back and we can use this. Come on. Sometimes it doesn't like to really select them. I'm not sure what's going on there and why it's doing that. There seems to be no real sweet point. It just tends to happen. So for that one we learned evasion. I'm not going to worry about evasion too much. Instead, we are just going to come straight away over here to the boss battle. As you can see, this is a massive boss battle. It's not the usual one because I keep fighting the other guy and getting whispers. So hopefully, being this is the first time fighting this lady, we can get something different out of it. Alrighty, so I do have to wait for previous abilities to recharge. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that. So instead, it looks like what I can do is I can actually apply things like this. So this is pack strength. I'm going to apply this to her and hopefully get all 3 of us, which gives us a haste. There's no point in stacking this one because it doesn't really stack. Instead, what I want to do is come up here to the side, pick a target, and hopefully knock them out, like so. Alright, once again, not much that I can do in the way of things, but as you can see, where's my mouse? Down here, it's now a little closer. It's probably going to take another 3 turns, so this turn another 2 before I can use it again. But this one, however, is ready next turn. So this time, I'm going to pick this lady over here, and we are going to howl. This decreases initiative. Use my rabbit charge, and let's take that one out. Okay. So this next set of turns should leave me with more abilities to attack with, as we're about to see. So we've now got this one. Now this is an area effect, so I really want to target this big boss in the back here. Boom. I have another area effect, and I also have the ability to pack call. I'm going to save that one, and I'm going to try and area effect this. It missed a lot of people, but it still got her. We're going to use our Flailing Claw once again, an area effect. As you can see, we've now knocked out the 2 back line of soldiers. Being that we now have a bit more room for attacking in the front, we can use our blast, taking him out, and leaving just her. Alrighty. Oh, come on, select, and rabbit charge. Alrighty. She just healed herself completely. Rekindle learned. Well, that's handy. I really hope I can use that myself. I'm going to try and finish this before the end of the episode. It doesn't look like I'm going to get to do that. I'm hoping, though. I have a lot of hope towards it. I have all of my overturn damages kindled to her. I just need a little bit more for that, so I'm going to have to use a normal blast. However, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Wow, that wolf just took a powerful hit. Glad I summoned him in the right time. Alright guys, it looks like I'm going to have to call it quits here. That's okay, I'm going to be straight back in the next episode, and then I'll go through a little more of the logistics about it. Alrighty, so until then, this has been That Twisted Dreams, I'm T Dreams, and this is Emberlight. I'm going to continue trying to fight this lady, and hopefully I'm going to win this, because this is a much harder fight than what I've had before. Until then, bye-bye.